We putting work, turning nothing into something. They feelings hurt, we turning nothing into something. Give a fuck if they don't like me, cause all this bread I count excites me. Turning nothing to something, nothing into something, turning nothing into something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is going on, my beautiful people? And look who we got with us tonight on this Monday night for some winter meetings reaction. I don't know what the hell we're reacting to, but we're gonna find something to react to. But it's my guy Eddie, man. Eddie, what's going on, my brother?
Nothing much, heck. A little bored, waiting for some news, but I kind of feel right now it's like hurricane season, right? That storm down here in Florida. Usually the day before the storm comes, it's a beautiful day. Everything's quiet, but you can hear it and you can feel something on the horizon. You can feel the winds changing. You feel the vibes. And that's what I'm feeling right now, heck. I'm feeling the vibes, baby. I'm feeling the vibes.
Really? What kind of vibes are you feeling?
I think we're going to get some big news tonight. And if not tonight, tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up to it because I got a feeling we're going to do something big.
We as in the New
York Mets, we. Me and you are already going to do something big. That goes without saying. New York Mets are going to make people know why we're the New York Mets tonight.
Interesting, very interesting, because I don't get that. I really don't get that. Not saying that we're not gonna do anything big this off season. I don't feel like there's anything imminent. At the same time, I don't know, man. I can only go by what I hear from David Stearns, and what I hear from David Stearns is a lot of we believe in the young guys. We're never gonna close the door on anything, but we believe in a Carson Bench.
That's him pulling up their value. See, he's telling the baseball world how important these guys are to him. He's trying to get leverage. Do you understand? He's showing the baseball world how much these guys are worth and how it's going to take a lot for him to part with some of these guys. That David Stearns right now, he's no dope. I don't care what anybody says. He knows what he's doing. And I got trust in David Stearns. I think he's going to do something. I do.
So when you say something big along the lines of it sounds to me like you're thinking trade.
I'm thinking by the end of this winter meetings, I think we're going to walk out of here with trading for a starting pitcher. I think we sign a starting pitcher, a lower level guy. We're not going. I don't think it's going to be Framber. I don't think nobody big. Maybe a Michael King, maybe. But I could more see the Japanese guy. I could more see somebody on that 2-3 sort of, and the Gallons, is that Gallons, those type of moves. I don't think we're giving out an 8-year contract to a pitcher. I also think
hell 8.
Yeah. Well, that's like what they're talking about for Framber, right? 7-8 years, some crazy shit. So
wow, did they really get that high? I thought it was something like 6 or 7. Yeah, that's
last
insane.
I read was 7 on Framber. That was on the Athletics. So, but it could be 6, could be 7, could be 8.
Right.
You don't know.
Right.
So I think we walk out of here a trade for a starting pitcher. I think we sign a starting pitcher. I think we're going to sign a reliever. And I think we're either going to walk out of here with Schwarber or Pete Alonso. I think it's going to be one or the other.
Well, I mean, those are things that we have to do.
Agreed.
We need starting pitching. We need another bullpen armor too, depending on what happens with Edwin Diaz, right? Even if you bring Edwin Diaz back, you still would say maybe you need 2 guys, Diaz and another guy. If it's not Diaz, maybe you need 2 or 3 guys. Who the hell knows? And who could those guys be? I, for one, would still like it to be Edwin Diaz and whoever else. I'm pretty sure you agree with that.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you.
I'll tell you this: when it comes to Edwin Diaz, if you go out and you get me 2 more top of the line, high end relievers, high value relievers. I'm not talking about bums like that we had, like Stanek. I'm talking about high end setup man. If you go out and you give me Taylor Rogers back, I want him back. I want that ground ball machine back. And you give me one more setup man, I'm good to say bye-bye to Diaz. I'm perfectly comfortable with that, and I want to use that money we save on Diaz and spend that in other areas that we need because we have so many needs, Hector. And so I'm just being real when I say I would love Diaz back. Don't get me wrong. I want a super team. It was up to me, sign everybody, but I don't think that's the way they're going to operate anymore. I think those days are over. So I want to see.
So you're basically ready to give the ninth inning and the closer role over to Devin Williams.
I am.
You're comfortable with that?
I am. I'm comfortable with it.
Okay.
For 5 years, this guy's been a top 3 closer in baseball. Outside of 8 weeks last season, he had hiccups. Guys are going to have hiccups throughout their careers, especially relievers. I mean, we've even seen it with Diaz on this team. We've seen it in 2019 when he first got here, and we saw it in 2021. Diaz wasn't perfect. Guys, elite.
That's a long time ago.
Agreed.
And it took some time to, get acquainted to New York, get accustomed to New York and dealing with New York and everything that brings. And that's why I'm a little reluctant to just walk away from him and bring in a bunch of other guys that now we have to see. Yeah, they may have performed well, and I'm not saying that they can't here, but they may have performed well other places. But how are they going to perform in New York? And how are they going to perform in New York, in Queens for the New York Mets, which we know is different.
Yeah.
Than even, playing in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for the Yankees, as we saw with Juan Soto. Not that, he didn't perform, but it took him a little while to adjust.
There's an adjustment period, right? And look, again, I'm not saying I want to get rid of Diaz. Of course I don't. But I understand if they have to. I understand if we have to go pivot in a different direction and we go out and make the best deal possible. Again, I want to fill all these holes. And Hector, when you look at this team, you look at the holes. You look at the starting pitching. We need to plug 2 there. You look at first base. You look at left field. You look at center field. You look at middle relief. You look at the setup man. You look at closer. There's so many holes. So I understand that it may not be the winter we all want, but it might be the winter that finally makes this team a team and the core different than what we had over the last 6-7 years. So I'm open to change. I am.
No, yeah, and I think most of us are. I think you have to be, right? And you know that you're gonna change, even if when you win, you make subtle changes. It all depends. And to be honest, to be fair, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more change after the move to trade Brandon Nimmo. We all thought, oh man, there has to be another move right around the corner.
Right.
He has to have a plan, and nothing's happened. Davis Stearns himself has said, yeah, there really was no plan. This move just became available, and we decided to make it. Let me ask you this, Eddie. I asked it last night when I did a show by myself. I was asking the people in the chat, and shout out to everybody in the room right now. We got over 200 of you beautiful people. Let's double this up quick. I know there's other options, but ain't no better options. So let the people know that MTU is back together. That Mets addiction has a blunt thoughts right now.
This is Mets addiction and blunt thoughts right there.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Anyways, but I don't know, man. We starting to hear it's getting louder and louder and louder. And at first, I was like, whatever. It's just fan creation. It's this, is that. But it seems like Ketel Marte might be available.
Yeah, it does.
It's like, damn, did David Stearns jump the gun? Did he drop the ball here by making that trade for Simeon and not being able to now maybe make a trade for Marte because where the hell are you going to put the guy? Or is that something that is like, nah, I would have never gone for Ketel Marte anyways. I'm perfectly fine with Simeon.
I think when it comes to Simeon, I think it was just a matter of the perfect fit, right? Like, I don't think there was that much else out there on the table when it came to trading Brandon Nimmo and his, what was he, another 5 or 6 years?
Right. But it was also early. Like, what was the urgency to trade Brandon Nimmo? If we listen to David Stearns, it was more about the Rangers coming to them and saying, hey, we want Brandon Nimmo. How can we make a move? And they landed on Marcus Simeon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right. I think
that trade would probably always been there, no?
Well, what I think when it comes to Marcus Simeon, again, I think I said this all along, and I stand by it. This guy was brought in here to be a captain. He was brought in here to shake up this core and bring this group together, because clearly this group just doesn't, click or whatever it is. He was brought in here to be a leader. And yeah, Ketel Marte is a hell of a fucking player. And he's still kind of young. I don't think he's as old as Simeon. But again, Ketel Marte, if I want Ketel Marte to play center field, I don't want him at second base. And I don't think he's a center fielder. He was. So yeah, maybe you get Ketel Marte. He's on a very decent contract. Maybe you could plug him in left field. Heck. Maybe you could plug him in center. Again, this comes down to run prevention. But I think Simeon was more a move about leadership than about the stats, than about the baseball card. I think there was a way of kind of bringing that clubhouse together. I really do.
Yeah, and to that, let's see if I can see if we can get it up here. I know both Mendy and we're gonna try to share some of the audio we got today from Mendy and from Stearns. They spoke in multiple places. I know that Mendoza was on SNY on the Hot Stove show that they had, and he also did, I think, MLB Network, and it looked like he did like a whole media scrum thing. And then Stearns, I know, did a one-on-one with Gelbs that was pretty good. But I know they both spoke about what you kind of alluded to, obviously the trade for Stearns. So if you could try to find that too, Quays. But before that, they spoke about the clubhouse and the whole beef nonsense or whatever with Lindor and Soto and I don't know. You got it, Quays? Oh, here we go with this crap. Because and listen,
there's a good clip of them breaking it down.
They both spoke about it, and listen, at the end of the day, they said something we've all said, which when you lose, this nonsense comes up. Mendy even said it. Like, this came up mostly because we started losing. When we were winning in June, nobody was talking about the clubhouse. Where was it talking about then? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, it is what it is. Let me see if I can find it here. My bad.
Yeah, we're trying to pull up the clip, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. And just to address Jay Fresh, you say Eddie's crazy. Ketel's the best second base. Yeah, I think Ketel's a great talent, but again, I'd rather Ketel for ideally center field. That would be the ideal place. I just don't know how good he is at center field anymore. But if he could play the position, sign me up. Yeah, I'd be all over that.
I got Stearns here.
Okay, let's hear from Stearns.
Chiming in here on the disconnect between
the clubhouse.
Yeah, Lindor and
I think Juan and Francisco are two elite baseball players who care a ton about winning, who show up and work incredibly hard and play very well together. And from my perspective, that's what's most important. And they go out and produce, and I think they're going to help us win a lot of games.
So he's like basically dismissing it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. He smiled about it. Like he thought it was kind of a joke.
Right. Like whatever. It is.
Like, what are you guys talking about?
Right. Let's see. I know Mendy spoke about it too. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Here we go.
Reports of tension in the clubhouse, especially during the latter half of the season. I mean, how much were you aware of that, and do you believe that was an issue?
I mean, it's amazing that, and I'm not going to get into what happens in the clubhouse. Obviously, stays there, but nowadays, for the past 2 weeks, it feels like we were fighting with each other pretty much every day, and that's wrong, because nobody talk about our clubhouse. When we got to the second week of June with the best record on baseball, we had the best clubhouse, and then we started losing, and now everybody talk about some of the issues. Like, we had a professional clubhouse. Guys respected each other. Guys enjoyed being around each other. We just didn't play well on the field, and that translated into whatever people call vibe, team chemistry. But at the end of the day, guys showed up and they respected each other. So,
right, respect was the key word.
Yeah. At the same time, I feel like, you know what? let's be a little bit more honest here. Be like, hey, listen, it's a long season sometimes, but it was nothing, whatever, But you want to take this approach, say, it's a professional clubhouse. What the fuck does that really mean?
Yeah, they're all professionals, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what are we really talking about here? But the bottom line is, you win, and it covers all that stuff up, and we know that. Winning,
Shuts everybody up.
yeah, winning covers up a lot of things.
Right.
Winning cover.
And I think he could have addressed some of it. I think he could have, but again, from his perspective, I understand why he didn't. Exactly what he said. What's in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse, and that's what a good manager does. And when they had the best record in baseball, everything was all hunky dory. Like you showed that clip of Lindor hugging Pete, McNeil after his home run, and they were all
Well,
dapping
which
each other.
wasn't that it was in the game that they said
Yeah.
that supposedly the incident occurred, which obviously the home run was before
Right.
the misplay, whatever. It was just whatever. But yeah, listen.
But clearly, heck, they see something wrong with the clubhouse if they're bringing in Marcus Semien and ditching Brandon Nimmo. They had to see something off. It had to be. I can't be the only one thinking that.
No, yeah. It's obvious, right? I think also we can kind of like stretch that a little bit. Was it that they said we need to go get, again, according to what David Stern says, they approached the Mets. The Rays
Correct.
approached the Mets about Brandon Nimmo. They just happened to land on Simeon. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
coming back. Now, Simeon being a leader, a clubhouse leader, his influence, that,
That's
was
huge.
that was part of the appeal why they brought him in, and part of why, like, okay, we're gonna let someone go who is a big presence in our clubhouse,
A leader.
Is a leader in the clubhouse. Yeah, maybe we need to make some changes, but we need to be sure that the guy that we bring in here can fill that void, and if not just fill it, but enhance it, right? Enhance it. If we're gonna get into that actually meaning something. So listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see how that all plays out.
I think it's going to play out great. Simeon's going to be our second baseman. I think we have a new leader in the
Well, it's
clubhouse.
definitely going to make us better defensively, right? It's definitely going to make us better defensively.
And I think Simeon's going to hit too. This is a guy, he doesn't get hurt. He just happened to get hurt last year at the end of the year. I know he wasn't playing that great offensively, but I'm telling you, when he's going to come here, and I've said this a million times, I'm going to say it again, this guy's going to have a 2022 Starling Marte year for us next year. He's going to be the real deal. He's going to deliver. He is not a bum. He is one of the better players in Major League Baseball. And you're going to see it.
Let's hope he comes here and is invigorated, you know what I'm saying? By, again, being in a pennant race, by having new teammates. I don't know. But, yeah, hopefully he is what you're saying he is, and he's not, a Carlos Baerga, a Robbie Alomar.
Let's hope not. I don't. No.
Along the lines of those guys.
Those guys were on the juice, and
when we get second baseman and stuff. But at
True.
least
But that's from the Indians, though, too.
He come from Cleveland, so
yeah,
we should be good there. We should be good there. What else? What else can we get to before we move on along those lines? I mean, listen, again, it is what it is. Just go out there and win ball games. I do think Simeon will help. Is Simeon gonna be that guy that Iglesias was, that was able to loosen things up in the clubhouse? How many times we had the conversation where I said, like, yo, yeah, the first incident, the raccoon happened, and yeah, they probably apologized to each other and talked it out or whatever.
right.
But that doesn't mean that they were really, like,
They got over it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, do you have to really be friends? Does one thing connect with the other? Maybe not. Maybe Lindor was just frustrated at the moment right there and just said something the wrong way, whatever the hell the case may be. So
Think we got Stearns on Simeon.
come on, Eddie.
That was by accident.
Nah, yeah, but let's listen to and I think Mendy also spoke about Simeon getting Simeon. That'd be let me get that too. If not, I'll get it. But go ahead, bring up Stearns. Talk about the acquisition of Simeon. You got it, not me.
There we go.
Given Simeon's range at second base, would you be comfortable with somebody who is maybe an average, below average defender at first base?
I don't know that I necessarily look at Marcus's skill set at second at necessarily impacting
First.
the type of skill sets we're looking at the defenders around him.
David, given Simeon's range at second base,
What did
would
he
you
say?
be comfortable with somebody who is maybe an average, below average defender at first base?
I don't know that I necessarily look at Marcus's skill set at second at necessarily impacting the type of skill sets we're looking at the defenders around him.
Right. So basically, the acquisition of Simeon doesn't affect what happens at first base. That's what I got out of it.
Why would it?
Well, I mean, I guess some people say that, a great second baseman can make up the range of a bad first baseman, right? If you have a guy that has excellent range and, excellent, ball the glove skills, that enhances your first baseman that can't quite get, everything's positioned now and everything now, but a good second baseman can definitely help elevate, I would think, a poor first baseman. Not crazy, but definitely it will have an impact. I don't know how you feel about that.
Anyways, I thought it was going to be a different clip about maybe how, but I guess he spoke about that before. I do have Mendy speaking about how when he found out about the trade.
No, not really. It wasn't an easy decision. And when David gave me a call, I kind of paused for a little bit, to be honest with you, because of how much Brandon represented and what he meant to the team, right? But at the same time, when you're talking about a guy coming back like Marcus Simeon with, a lot of the same traits, right? Like qualities, makeup, proven winner, you're like, okay, all right, and also give us the ability to improve our defense on the right side of the infield. But yeah, it was a tough one, wishing Brandon nothing but the best because, as a manager, he represented, everything. So, but again, excited to have a player that caliber like Marcus. So.
And that's Mendy's thought on that. Tough to let go of Nemo. But
I liked how he gave him his props.
yeah, as he should, as Nemo deserves. But also acknowledge that when you find out that Simeon has some of the same traits, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And then, of course, improving the defense on the infield, mainly the right side of the infield, where now, you don't have to experiment with Beatty over there anymore. Listen, I'm not a McNeil,
Hater
or basher or anything like that. I actually like McNeil while recognizing he has flaws, while recognizing that it wasn't a good double play combination. Like I said before,
no.
There were times you watch the game and it's like, golly, how you guys not turn that double play? Whether it was McNeil gave up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put it on one guy or the other. It just wasn't a good combination. So that should definitely improve.
Do you know what team is interested in McNeil right now?
I'm not convinced that they're actually going to trade McNeil.
No, but the Athletics are showing an interest in him.
Is that so? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they like him.
What would they be willing to give up?
I don't know, but they put out feelers to the Mets, and they're also looking to spend. And they don't want to dump. They're not looking to dump money because I guess in 2027 they're going to be going to Vegas, so they're looking to kind of put something together before they get there. And McNeil is one of their targets. Don't know what they could offer. I didn't look into that, but I do know the Athletics are in on him, as per the Athletic.
I mean, they have a couple of guys that I would.
They got some good hitters over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got a couple of batters that I'd be like, yo, Bring him.
The one kid in left field, I know he's more of a DH. The white guy, I forgot what his name is, but he's a masher. That guy.
I was looking at him yesterday. Hold on, let me see something here. 'Cause I think I know who you're talking about. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name. No, don't bring that up, Quace. Oh, I don't know what you was. I thought you was bringing up my.
I think he's got some. Oh, is this the athletics guys? Yeah, we can't see it though.
Yeah,
Well,
Soderstrom.
yeah, Solstrom, and then there's the others too.
The left fielder. I don't know.
Can we zoom in there a little bit more because I cannot see. Go up, go up. Who's their DH? That's the guy I'm talking about.
They're not gonna trade him, Rooker.
Rooker. No, not for McNeil, of course not. But maybe if you send a package, you might. He's a good hitter. Solostrom, I like too. I think he's a good player too.
Let me see. Yeah, no, they got a couple of guys. They got a couple of guys that you can make a trade with for them. Shit, want to go try to get? Didn't they have? I know they got Kurtz, the rookie. Didn't they have another guy that played first base also that was good?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of guys, but they kind of don't fit what we want. Heck, it's a lot of guys that are like borderline DHs.
Yeah.
Not exactly known for their fielding. Soderstrom might, but I don't know about the rest of them. I know Rooker for sure is not a fielder. I'd have to look on the Baseball Savant on their fielding numbers. But maybe you could probably one of those relievers from them for McNeil. I know they got a couple setup man there that are pretty good. The guy that took over for the guy they traded to San Diego, he's pretty good. Maybe you get a closer like that for McNeil. That would be an interesting thing.
They're bullpen. They got a guy named Hogan Harris.
Hogan Harris, yeah, he's one of them.
Michael Kelly.
Yeah.
Justin Turner. Elvis Alvarado. Tyler Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Basso. Eduardo Nunez and Mitch Spence. That's according to Frank.
Yeah. Well, it would be interesting to get, if you could pry away one of those relievers from them for Jeff McNeil. I would like that. Like heck, like I was thinking, if you're not going to spend money in free agency on pitching, maybe the smart way to go is build a super pen. Bring back Diaz.
He kind of had that idea last year, though, when he kept telling us there's different ways to build a rotation, And you could build it through the starting rotation or you could build it through the bullpen. He kind of went that route, and it all blew up.
Right, but you brought in Devin Williams now, and I'm saying you pair him with Diaz.
You brought up Devin Williams, but you lost Edwin Diaz.
No. I'm saying
you haven't lost him yet, but
I'm saying maybe that's a route you take. Bring back Diaz instead of giving 8 years to Framber, and sign maybe one or two more guys, Taylor Rogers, whatever. Build a super pen, and then maybe trade for a front end, somebody that's not going to cost you too much, and another guy, innings eater, specifically a guy that can give you 170 plus innings, because that's something that we really, really needed.
We need that, and he acknowledged that today. Yeah, that we need an innings eater. And
do you have tape of that, heck, or no?
I think so. But bro, like when I'm thinking about innings eater and all of this stuff, and I'm not gonna say an ace, but a borderline front end,
quasi ace.
Yeah, a high two
front end. Yeah,
Framber Valdez fits both bills, bro.
Yeah, he does. But look at who was it that Arizona gave a ton of money last year now, and he had Tommy John surgery. Who was it that a pitcher that Arizona signed? They gave him a 7-year deal, and then he went out and had Tommy John surgery this year.
Burns.
Yeah, like I think that's what his biggest fear is. And I think they've been playing this way ever since the whole DeGrom thing happened with them. Like they're scared to go out and give a lot of years to starting pitching. And it just seems to be their way. It's not only just Stearns, it's Cohen too. I don't think they want to give these guys 7-8 year deals. I don't, unless they're 25, like Yamamoto.
I think Cohen is going on the advice of Stearns. Like if Stearns says, yeah, we sign, he'll sign them. I don't think he's saying I don't want to give these deals to these guys. Absolutely not. I think he's letting Stearns do what he sees fit for now. And if it doesn't work out, eventually, that might change. But I don't think he's saying like, well, I don't want to, and obviously he may have the idea because, again, Eddie, I don't know if you heard me say, I struggle with it because I share in a lot of those same thoughts. I don't want to give long-term deals. I like Framber Valdez. I don't want to give him more than 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't even want to give him 5.
Listen, I'm with you, bro.
I can't really, get on Stearns about that. I just feel like still give me the better guys that you can get at 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you're gonna have to take a chance. You gotta take a shot. I just don't think that guy's available right now. I'll be honest, I don't. And
you look at
the trade for Skeen, Scooby. That's a
yeah. I don't think those are realistic. I wish
I
wish we
don't
could get them.
I don't either.
Again, I think we're looking at the lower tiered guys. I don't think Freddie Peralta's going anywhere. I know everybody keeps talking about him. I can't see the Brewers trading a guy that led your team to one of the, I think they had the best record in the NL. I want to say, why would you go out and trade your best starter for what? Like that to me makes no sense. So if you're going to look at guys to target on the trade market, it's the Marlins came out today and did say they are open to trading. Three of their guys. They have a lefty. They have obviously Alcantara, and then they have somebody else, another white guy. I forgot his name.
I know they got Cabrera, and I don't know who the other
Cabrera.
guy is.
It's Cabrera, the white guy, and Alcantara.
For sure. I didn't know about the other guy.
Yeah, so they're all three on the market. All three. The lefty has 3 years of control. The other two have 2 years of control. I think it sounds like they're most comfortable with trading Alcantara, surprisingly. But again, they're going to want pitching back. They're looking to compete. They're not going to take some half-ass offer. So you want one of these guys, heck, it's going to cost us. And again, for me, I have no problem with that. I want a front-end guy. So I get that Alcantara's going to cost.
You got to give to get.
Exactly.
Give to get.
It's
like, people got to get over it. You got to give to get. That's part of having this farm system and having all of these prospects is to be able to use them as collateral.
Correct. And now's the time.
Right. But let's listen in real quick on Stearns talking about the rotation and let's see. He was asked his how he views the Mets starting rotation. So it's actually how he views the rotation right now, I guess, as opposed to like
okay, right this second.
Yeah, as opposed to maybe looking ahead, but let me see. We'll see. I don't know.
At this point, how do you view your starting rotation? Is there a need in your starting rotation?
Okay, I think we'd like to be able to add a starter. We are also really comfortable and like our young starters that are emerging. We saw that last year with Nolan McLean. But certainly we're going to be canvassing where we can to bring in a starting pitcher and help stabilize the staff.
At this point, how do you view your start?
Right. And this, I don't think is about him hyping guys to try to get their value up, to try to include them in the trade. I think he legit, like really, like he keeps saying, we need to build starting pitching from within.
Correct.
It's expensive. It's volatile. It's dangerous. Listen, I was watching Buck Showalter on Fair Territory, Foul Territory, or whatever the hell it's called. And he was pretty much saying the same thing. Like, yo, nobody wants to be caught with a pitcher when his arm falls off.
Right.
That's what teams are running from. That's why teams don't want to go out there and sign a free agent pitcher who's already had a few miles on him.
Yeah. It's the second, it's the second contract that's the dangerous contract to the pitchers. Yep. It's not the first one. The first one's kind of clear. Yep. You get them for a decent deal. And then when they hit free agency at 31, 32, 33, you're kind of getting that decline starting. So I get it, and I'm with you. I don't want to get a guy, and then we get 2 years wasted paying this guy $30 million, and he's sitting on the shelf with Tommy John surgery. We got to be right about these guys. You can't mess it up. It's a must.
No, that's why it's tough. And listen, even before this, I've been saying for years, if you're older than 26, I'm not really looking to give you long-term deals per se.
28, I think, is okay. It's better than 32.
28 for a position player. But again, like I've always said, I don't like 10-year deals. I've never even liked 10-year deals. 7 years tops for a position player. For a starter, Eddie, I don't want to go more than 5 years.
Yeah. I get the
I've always
trepidation.
felt like that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, with the understanding that there's certain guys that you're gonna have to do it with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like for example, with Yamamoto a couple of years ago, the guy's an ace, 25 years old.
Exactly, but he's 25.
Exactly. And I get it, man. And that's why I said, well, maybe, you go into the trade market, you see what you could get, and you try to get somebody in here that could lock down the front end. Because again, Hector, I want to say, I don't know for sure, but I want to say we had 3 7-game losing streaks last year. Might have been even more.
I was gonna say at least.
All right. So, and we had nobody to stop that in the second half. So we started it with the one where everybody got into a fight. We had another 7-game losing streak in August. And we had another, I want to say we had one in September too. That's 3 that I count. There might even be more.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a stopper. Regardless of what we're saying, you need a stopper. Now, do I feel comfortable giving Framber his deal? I do not. I don't think Stearns is going to give him the deal. But if you're not going to get Framber, you got to go out and trade for somebody. And you got to trade for somebody now. And also, like I said, build a super pen if that's what you're going to do. Build a super bullpen that is literally and get a bunch of guys with rubber arms that can go out and pitch you 80 innings a year. And I don't think I'm asking for too much there. Both of those Rogers brothers are up for the grabs. The one from the Cubs and the one we had, they both pitch a lot of innings. I know they're getting up there in age, but they don't really rely on the velocity. So I think it's a good investment for relief pitching there. And maybe that's how you kind of start this off. Because you only really, if you do that, you could live with getting in a top end guy, and then you could back up that with a 3 or a 4, whatever, an innings eater per se.
Right.
It's not the sexiest move. I get it.
No. Listen, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, because as much as people want to fight it, I think it's a real thing, and I don't disagree with it. That David Stearns does not like giving these long-term deals to the older.
He doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't disagree with it. So, having said that, it's either a guy like a Michael King.
Okay.
Right? A guy like a Michael King. I don't know what other maybe free agent along those same lines out there. I guess Ranger Suarez. I'm not.
Yeah, he would be that other guy in that. I think he's in a similar price tag. I think they're going to cost around the same.
Right. And I'm not too excited by that guy, to be honest with you.
Who do you like better if you had to pick between King and Suarez? I would pick King.
It's a good question. I think I'll probably go King too. But I don't really, not really high on either one.
I get it.
But I think King
upside.
Yeah, more upside. Can go bullpen. Like Suarez, soft tossing lefty.
Does induce a lot of ground balls though, which is good for what we're trying to build.
Yes. So I don't know, but that's definitely along the lines that I see us going. It's either that, a trade for one of those guys that you mentioned from Miami because they're under control for a couple of years. I think ideally he would love to make a trade for Freddy Peralta. 1 year, $8 million, and it's a guy that he could probably get an extension on.
Do you see them trading him though? Heck, that's my
I
thing.
don't, I don't see, but I think that's
You think that's
along,
his target?
I think that's along the lines that he would like to
Yeah.
go. If it's his, I mean, what the hell will I know about what his target?
Well, you know what? You would know about that because
Or just reading them.
like we see just brought in Devin Williams. That was one of his guys. And Freddie Peralta is definitely one of his guys. So I
Right.
think you're right on that. I think
He brought in Tyrone Taylor, but then I'm an idiot when I call us the Milwaukee Mets.
yeah, no, but listen, they miss. If we turn into the Milwaukee Mets, I wouldn't be upset.
I mean,
They
listen,
make the playoffs every year.
that's gonna get old after a little while, Eddie. Trust me.
Yeah, but you know what? Now listen, man. Let the guy do his job. If you could get Peralta,
How about he
great.
does his job? How about he does his job and brings back Pete Alonso? How about that? Let's listen to him chime in on Pete Alonso.
Yeah, let's.
Where
Pete
is
had
it?
to make the 2-hour drive down to Orlando from.
I just had it here. Now I lost it. Hold on. Where the hell is it? Yeah, Pete is going out there tomorrow. He was asked how much of a priority is Pete Alonso for the Mets. Let's see.
He was smiling. I remember this.
Always fucking smiling. Makes me sick. Here it is. Here we go.
Does that mean? I mean, I know that's the line that you use when we talk about Pete, but to what extent is he a priority? Like, you don't have a clear and obvious starting first baseman right now. There are other guys you can go and get, but to what extent is Pete himself a priority for you?
I think Pete has demonstrated that he's one of the best offensive players in baseball, and he's performed at a high level for us, and so that would be a priority for any team. It certainly is for us.
Does that mean? I mean, I know that's the line that you use when we talk about Pete.
I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. He also talked about whether they were going to meet with Pete as Pete is coming down.
Yeah.
And according to him, not a big deal. Let's see, where is it? Which I get and I don't get. I don't want to get too crazy about it, but it's like, dude, really? Really? What the hell is this crap?
I know you've been very open about your desire to bring Pete Alonso back, and I know that you don't talk about specific players and conversations, but when you have a scenario like this where you saw last year the Alonso conversation go months and months and months, there are also some guys that could fill that void right now on the free agent market. How do you balance wanting one player while monitoring and not losing potentially others that could fill that spot?
Yeah, I think it is a balance, and it's trying to stay in contact with everyone involved and understanding how different markets going to play out. And with Pete, it's also a recognition that he can fit on the team in multiple ways. Mm-hmm. You know, we've talked about his calling card is his bat, and so you know, we can get his bat into a lineup in multiple ways. And so I'm not sure it necessarily takes us out of pursuits that may be more timely than as Pete's market develops.
Okay. What'd you take out of that, Heck?
I'd have to hear it again, honestly, because I was thinking about another clip.
No, let's play it again. It's a 5-second clip.
I know you've been very open about your desire to bring Pete Alonso back, and I know that you don't talk about specific players and conversations, but when you have a scenario like this where you saw last year the Alonso conversation go months and months and months, there are also some guys that could fill that void right now on the free agent market. How do you balance wanting one player while monitoring and not losing potentially others that could fill that spot?
Yeah, I think it is a balance, and it's trying to stay in contact with everyone involved and understanding how different markets going to play out. And with Pete, it's also a recognition that he can fit on the team in multiple ways. Mm-hmm. You know, we've talked about his calling card is his bat, and so you know, we can get his bat into a lineup in multiple ways. And so I'm not sure it necessarily takes us out of pursuits that may be more timely than as Pete's market develops.
So, to reiterate what he just said,
Pete's not a priority.
Oh no, I didn't get that. It's about balance. Okay. It's about how the market's going to develop. His market. He wants to see this market. And then he says, there's multiple ways we could use Pete. And then he said, his calling card is his bat. Bam. So that to me says,
Pete's not a priority.
I don't know. I don't know if I read that. I don't know if I see that way. I see it as I want to see this market. If his market is right, I have multiple ways of using this guy. That's what I got out of it.
I ain't saying anything about using his market. He's talking about just looking at the market in general, just for players in general. You know what I'm saying? And not Pete's market.
I think
it's about Pete's market. He's gonna pay Pete what he wants to pay him regardless. And he's not gonna budge from there, bro. I don't think he gives a damn about the market when it pertains to Pete.
Well, he did say it.
I don't think Pete's a priority to them. I really don't.
Well, I kind of disagree with you. I think he's gonna, whether it be, it sounds to me like he likes Pete's bat. That's for sure. You can't deny that. He likes Pete's bat. Okay. And there's multiple ways of using it. So
okay,
I'm gonna give Stearns the benefit of the doubt there.
Okay.
If Kyle Schwarber's getting 4 years, you'd have to think that Pete's going to get 4 years. Supposedly, Pittsburgh offered Schwarber 4 years. Pete's got a market with us, Philly, Boston, and the Baltimore. Those are the 4 teams that he's got a market with.
Listen to Stearns talk about Pete coming down there and whether the Mets have any interest in meeting with Pete. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Let's do it.
Do you plan to meet with Pete Alonso this week in person?
I don't think we got that one up.
I don't know why it's not going up. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is that the one where he basically said, we know all about Pete?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I know.
Such a jackass. Anyways, I'm just gonna hold on.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. This is it. I'm being smiling. You love that smile, don't you, Hector?
Nothing more. I love nothing.
Makes
more.
me sick.
I did say Pete was coming. I think Pete knows us really well. I think we know Pete really well. I think he'll take the time here to perhaps meet with organizations he doesn't know quite as well. And I'm sure we'll be in touch.
I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Honestly, like, I get it. I get the whole thing Pete knows as well. We know Pete, blah, 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 blah. But this whole, like, whatever. He's coming, yeah, whatever. We'll be in touch, whatever, you know. I don't know. I don't know.
You have a bad feeling about this, it seems to me.
Yeah.
I think, man, you know why I have a good feeling? Because I think at the end of the day, it's either Pete or Schwarber. So to me, that's a win-win. Either one of those guys I'll take. So I think that's the route we're going. And I think Schwarber's going to sign first and Pete will sign second. And I think we're going to get, if we have to pay Pete, you know, whatever, we pay him. He's earned it. Come on. And I understand your trepidance. I understand why you're hesitant. I get it. I totally get it. Because, I mean, he's not necessarily a better player. I mean, he's probably a better power hitter than Pete. But is he a better player? I mean, I mean, you can make the case that Pete can fill the position, Schwarber can't. So.
I just think the only way Pete's coming back, nephew, what's good, kid? The
What
only
up, Sleepy?
the only way Pete is coming back is if again he can't find anything more than a 3-year deal out there. That's the only way. That's the only way. And Stearns might get his way because I think teams feel like Pete really wants to come back and they don't want to be used. And if the Mets are not even hinting at trying to make an offer, then why the hell are we gonna even make an offer? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think the league fears. I take it the same way as Eddie. Think the way we interpret things is how we feel about Stearns. I think the Mets have an offer for Pete, and I think Pete wants something more, and Mets know he will come back to them.
I tend to agree with that. I think it's Pete or Schwarber. It's one or the other.
What offer you think the Mets have made? I
think they're gonna
I
let.
would
let him go
love to know what this offer that people keep talking about that we've never heard of it. Oh, because the Mets keep everything secret.
I could see it being like 4 years for 110 million, something like that. I could see that.
That the Mets offered Pete already.
No, not that they offered, but I think
That's
when
what
it's all
he's saying.
said,
No, he's saying that the Mets have made an offer. I want to know what the offer
I don't think they made an offer yet. No,
I want to know what kind of offer that he thinks the Mets have made.
no, I think they have a guess, and I think that's what they're going with.
Rumor is he offered Pete 3 years. When?
Yeah, we I never saw that.
Last off season, about maybe a 3 for 90 that was never really materialized. Or I don't know. No, it was 3 for 70 something, and the Mets supposedly came back with 3 for 90, and then that turned into 2 years with an opt out.
Well, let me ask you this, Heck.
We go with the Alonso.
You said you don't want to give. That
wasn't from Stearns. That
was the prior administration. That was the Billy Epler. When it comes to Pete, I know he's one of your favorite players, one of your favorite Mets.
That has nothing to do with it.
No.
And he's
nothing to do with it.
Not one of my favorite Mets. He's just somebody I think is a good player, and I don't understand why people trash him so much. That's the bottom line.
Oh no, I know. So
he's a favorite player. It turns into, oh, you're just a player guy.
No. I didn't mean that like that at all.
But that's what I dealt with earlier today.
Fuck that. So when it comes to Pete, it comes to you, because you say you don't like giving a lot of position players a long deal. What are you comfortable with? What is a deal for Hector to Pete Alonso look like?
5 years.
5 years?
I don't give a damn about the money, Eddie. I say that.
Okay.
I don't care about the money.
So
I don't care
5 years, 140 million sound.
Juan Soto $765 million, bro. Like, give me a damn break. I don't care about the money. It's the years that really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't know. Give him 5 years. Something along the lines of a 28 to 30 AAV, somewhere in between there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, listen, I think you give him 5 years. I think he jumps on that. I think he's all over that.
Now, of course, ideally, if you get him for 4, get him for 4.
Yeah. I think I think Kyle Schwarber's going to get 5 years, and I might be wrong, but for some reason, I think.
Why would people feel more comfortable giving Kyle Schwarber?
No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying me.
I'm just saying. You just said you think he's going to get 5 years. Why would a team feel more comfortable giving him 5 years when he's older? Isn't he older than Pete?
1 year older than him.
He's older.
Right. I think.
Breaking down.
I just think
he's played 162 games in back-to-back season.
Right. I think
average about 155 games a year.
Yeah. No, Pete stays on the field. No doubt. The only reason I say that, Heck, is I think with the way today's power is and how much people value it, I really think there's going to be a team that overpays for Schwarber and gives him 5 years. That's just my take. I could be dead wrong, but I think he's going to get a big contract. I think it's going to be 150 for Schwarber, possibly 160. I think it's going to be an odd team that gets him too. I would love the Mets to get them.
Like the Reds?
I would love him and like if you had Pete and Schwarber
or the Pirates. I heard the Pirates made an offer.
The Pirates made an offer, and Cincinnati's in on him. He's a hometown Cincinnati kid.
The Reds 3 times.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. Chill. I was talking, so you know.
But I mean, we'll see. We already spent too much damn time on this fucking Pete thing, bro. Straight up.
But it's a good conversation. I really think right now, I think the starting pitching domino is going to fall first, and then the Pete domino, the Schwarber domino. I think the Schwarber domino falls before Pete for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just think that's going to happen.
I mean, that seems to be the overall thought.
Consensus.
Yeah, the consensus. You know what I'm saying? I think nobody has a damn fucking clue, to be honest with you.
What do you think the Mets are thinking when it comes to those two? Do you think they value one more than the other, or just like they just look at them as both as big bats, or as in the words of David Stern, their calling cards are their bats?
That's a good question.
I would think, knowing Stearns, he values Schwarber more than Pete.
Which is ridiculous when we talk about flexibility. Pete can actually play a position as opposed to Kyle Schwarber, but nobody values Pete being able to play first base. So I guess
He's great at picking balls. My problem with Pete is those fucking throws, bro. And I'm sorry, I get a little.
No, yeah, the throws has been an
Throws
issue.
bother me.
The throws has been an issue for sure.
I'm definitely a Schwarber guy, though. If you put a gun to my head and ask me who I'd rather Schwarber. Just because I've wanted him here since the last time. I wanted him over Marte. But ideally, I would want them both. I mean, that's a super squad.
There was a time where we thought that with Steve Cohen as owner, those were the kind of things that we were going to be doing. But that actually hasn't been the case.
Too bad.
And it's not going well. I shouldn't say that hasn't been the case, because I think he started out along that way, and it's just now with Stearns, it's just not going to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because of what's his famous words is run prevention. How about you get me a starting pitcher, David Stearns? How about you go out and give me an Alcantara? Give me a Peralta. How about you do that for us? Because that's what we need more than anything.
I think it's run prevention. It's how he values players. It's the reluctance to go long term on guys, especially guys that are up there in a little bit of age or close to 30 or over 30 years old. I think
power goes last, heck. You know that.
All of that. I think it's not about what I know. I'm telling you what I think.
Right.
What my impression is, because I don't know what he thinks, right? I don't talk to him. But what my impression is of David Stearns. But we'll see, man.
Let me ask you this. Do you find do you believe any of the smoke when it comes to the Mets and Bellinger? And the reason I bring that up is because run prevention we just talked about. And see, to me, if you were to get Cody Bellinger, ideally I want him in center field. For me. I know he's got a great glove at first. I know he's got a nice glove in left. But for me, if I'm paying Cody Bellinger, I'm paying him to play center field, not first base.
Yeah, I just don't know if Cody Bellinger is gonna. I think he's gonna go back to the Yankees.
I agree.
Again, the smoke. You hear nobody really knows what the Mets are doing, and then but the Mets are attached to this, the Mets are attached to this, the Mets are attached to that, the Mets are attached to this. The Mets are gonna. There's gonna be smoke, and the Mets are gonna be attached to almost everybody. Now, having said that, you keep hearing how they're not. Kyle Tucker's not a fit. So you do hear things like that. Yeah, I mean, I think anything is possible. I think anything is possible if it's within David Stern's comfort.
Kyle Tucker, I think he's going to cost too much. I don't think he's realistic. He's 28, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's 28.
Somewhere along those lines, yeah.
He's going to get a 10-year deal, probably. I would think.
And really not.
Maybe even 12. Who knows?
He's really not a fit. either. You know what I'm saying?
No, he kind of puts. If he was a center fielder, different story. He's a franchise player, but in left field, I mean, that's not exactly. He's not exactly Juan Soto out there. Good player. I think that's going to be a bad contract for me.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, Hector.
It'll be 28 next month. No. He's 27.
28 next month, which
No.
means next.
No. I saw that wrong. Next year, he's 27.
Okay. So he's young. He's going to get 13 years then, probably. He'll get till his age 40. So the reason why I say he's not a fit, because I want a center fielder. You're going to pay this guy. You want to pay somebody in that corner outfield $400-500 million? They're talking about this guy maybe getting a $600 million contract.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm saying he's not a fit. I mean, that's, to me, paying a left fielder, that's crazy. He's not Juan Soto.
Right.
He's not even Kyle Schwarber.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
he's a good fielder.
The fuck was I looking at? He is 28. Shit.
He's 28. So he's going to get a 12-year deal, probably. I'm not paying. There's no way in hell I'm giving that guy $500-600.
But I don't even think it's worth even wasting.
But like M-Easy says, Kyle Tucker isn't a fit. He's not a fit because who would pay a left fielder that kind of money? That's crazy. Like, you're going to pay this guy $600 million? That's what they're talking about.
He's not a fit also because of the contracts we already have.
Right.
On the team. Like, I guess, yeah, he's what, 2 years younger than Nimmo? A year younger than 2 or 3 years younger. But still, it's like
he's going to come in double the contract.
Another long-term contract when you're, honestly, to me, it's a waste of a conversation because it's not something that I see David Stearns doing. Like, I'll be shocked if he made that move.
I would too.
You know,
I would be floored if he made that move.
I would be shocked if he made that move. So I don't even think it's worth discussing too much. You had mentioned you wanted to bring up or talk about the possibilities of Imai. What's his first name?
Amai, I believe it. The last name is. Don't quote me on my Japanese. I'm not good with it.
No, Imai is the last name. As I said, I don't know what his first name is.
Now, when it comes to him, I think the Mets have a chance at him. And the reason why I think they got a chance at him because he's not going to, again, I don't think he's going to command some 7-year deal. Okay? His splits, if you look at what he did in Japan, I think can carry over here. I think he could have success. I know he's not a flamethrower. I get that. But he does seem like he could pitch innings. He does seem like he's reliable. And again, he's not going to cost the bank. So that's why I bought him up. Because I do think he does add what you want. And he could fill the innings thing. He could get people out. And he supposedly can induce ground balls. And that seems to be the target guys they're looking at. What do you think when it comes to Imai?
I don't really know anything about him. And I'm not gonna pretend, to go read a scouting report and say, "Oh yeah."
I read 2 articles on the guy. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that and be like, "Yeah, I know all about him," and say I feel good about him. He sounds like he could be a decent pitcher, maybe middle of the rotation.
That's what it sounds like.
These guys are a mystery, bro. These guys get posted. They got these certain amount of time, but you don't hear anything about it. Next thing you know, they'll meet a couple of teams and boom. You know what I'm saying? I think it was said that he's supposed to start taking meetings after the winter meetings. So maybe we'll start hearing some more traction. But I don't know anything about him. What we do know is that we've heard that maybe he's willing to play in the East Coast.
Yes.
We know that he seems to want to compete against the Yamamotos and the Otanis. So we'll see. Other than that, I really don't really have much.
I'm going to bring another name up for you. See where you stand on this name. Because I'm seeing a lot on Twitter. There's a lot of people that want this guy. I want nothing to do with him. Frankly, if we have a bad off season, he would be maybe the last guy on my list I would pick.
Jesus.
And the name of this player is Luis Robert.
Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want that guy.
Because to me, yes, he could play center field.
I'm not even
Yeah.
high on Buxton.
What's that?
I'm not even high on Buxton, but no, we'll stick to Robert. Yeah, I'm good.
Robert for now. We could get into Buxton. Now, I would take a risk. Excuse me. I would take a risk on Robert if we just turn out to have a really bad offseason, things don't go our way. I'll go out and take a chance, depending on what his asking price is. But when I go and look at this guy's numbers, Hector, you're looking at a guy that's making $20 million a year, and he's giving you Tyrone Taylor production, maybe a little bit better, slightly. I don't get the love fest with him. I don't get anything about this guy. I don't even know why Mets fans even bring him up. I mean, this guy hasn't had a good year in about 2022, I think was his last good year. And then the book came out on him and he was finished.
Yeah.
So you're just turned off at the idea of this guy.
Yeah. I don't even want to discuss him.
Yeah.
And when you ask, like, you don't know the love affair, you don't see. I definitely don't see it, bro.
Okay.
I definitely don't see it. You know, it's all about the underlying numbers and this and that, and like, come on, the guy can't stay healthy. The guy's, I don't want to say attitude problems, but like that doesn't seem to be like the best
teammate.
Yeah, and not that he's a bad teammate, but like that's somebody I want on my team. I don't need that kind of vibe on my team. I don't need that kind of attitude on my team.
Right.
We talk about cleaning up. You know, bring a guy in that. Nah, Luis Robert, come on, give me a break, bro.
Now,
I'd rather wait for Carson Bench and Clifford and whoever else they want to try to bring up than a Luis Robert. Give me a break.
let me ask you: are you deep on? You know, like, I'm not big on the prospects. I don't pay attention to them like I should. I'll watch their YouTubes. You know, see a little highlight, this, that, the other. That's about as far as my research goes.
Yeah. Not on, like, when they get close, maybe I'll start looking into them. But no. But what was your question?
So my question is, this guy Benj, Mets fans hype him up. The GM hypes him up, and then I find out that this guy isn't even a center fielder. He projects as a left fielder. I mean, we need a center fielder. What's going on here? Like, what? If Carson Bench is coming up, he better be out there playing center field. If you're young and you're less than 25 years old, you should be in center field. The fuck? I mean, what's going on here? Like, is he just not? Can he just not play the position?
I guess not, Eddie. I don't know. But if he can't play it, you can't make him play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put somebody out there that can't play it just because you need a center fielder. Like, find a center fielder somewhere else. You know?
And that's another hole. And I think that's why Stearns is acting the way he's acting. Because you have so many holes here.
Well, he created a hole by trading Nemo. Yeah, he got Simeon, but created a hole where you didn't really need to. You know what I'm saying? You could have gotten out there and gotten a second baseman without creating that hole in that field. So
but would you have given Nemo another year in left field? I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that.
Okay.
I would have moved him to DH, if anything, because he's a hell of a hitter. Fielding, though, I can't.
I don't think he's as bad as you guys all want to say that he is, but whatever.
Well, I feel like he lost the step, I guess is the best way I could describe it. When I used to watch him in 2023, 2022, and I watched him out there in center field, he was good. You know, he was tracking down balls, robbing home runs. I know his arm was never anything special, but that's okay. But when I watched him last year, heck, for me, I felt he lost the step. Not shitting on his offense at all. His offense was tremendous. He was one of our best hitters by a mile. But he did, to me, lose his step. Maybe he didn't feel that way, I guess.
No, even if he lost his step, doesn't mean that he can't play the position. That's two totally different things. You get a little slow. Doesn't mean you can't play the position.
I mean, I even think Lindor lost a little step in his range as well. I could say that too.
So we ready to move him? Or
If
to
the
say
right deal came along, sure.
or say that he can't play shortstop?
If the right deal came along, I'll move anybody. Hector.
No, you ready
know
to say
me.
he can't play shortstop?
I'm not saying he can't play shortstop, but
But if we
he might not be able to play it at the level he was playing with it 2 years ago.
That though, and his arm is Ryan. Another surgery again, another cleanup or whatever the hell it was.
Really?
Yeah. He had some procedure there. Nothing crazy.
Just
but
like what, like an abrasion, something like that, where they scrape off.
procedure nonetheless. I think it's like the second one in 3 years.
Well, that's not good.
You know what I'm saying? And his arm has been, it's already like,
How old is Lindor going to be? 32 now?
I believe so.
Okay, that contract's not going to age that well. That's for sure.
None of them shits are. You think Soto's going to age well?
No, it's not. But I think they know they're going to probably bite those last 5 years. And it is what it is.
The guy's already a stiff on the field. He actually had worse defensive metrics than Nimmo.
I mean, but he
a
was
lot,
the
but nobody
in the
rushed to get him out of right field. God forbid.
Ideally, you would want to get a right fielder, and you can move Soto to the left. That would be ideal.
Yeah,
Saya Suzuki.
I know.
That's a guy I like.
I know one place you won't be moving Soto. Let me see, where is it? Let's see if I can find it here. Something I saw. I haven't listened to it, but I saw something that I was like, "Oh, really?" Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Golly.
Yeah, let's hear this.
This is Mendy on Soto. Real quick, when you talk about moving him to left field, I know one place he's not moving. Fucking question.
He doesn't like DHing, So he takes pride of being a good defender, and he will continue to do so. So I'm pretty sure schedule will dictate. Sometimes they're dealing with physical stuff that you're trying to keep his bat in the lineup. The DH might come to play, but if he's feeling good enough, he's going to be out there in right field.
Wow.
So Soto doesn't like DHing.
That's not good to hear.
So that's one place he won't go. You know what? I haven't heard this. How about Mendy on Jeremy Hefner being fired?
Yeah.
When is the decision to let go of Jeremy Hector? So well regarded here and done a good job with it.
Yeah, not an easy one, and I enjoy working with him. I consider him a friend, obviously, and he's well respected within the industry. But when you had the type of season that we had, whether it was injury, performance, tough decisions are going to be made, and we had to make some tough decisions. And that was, obviously, I'm not going to get into the details, but it wasn't an easy one. Obviously, I knew it wasn't going to take long, and he's now in our division, but I enjoyed working with him.
Where did he go, Heck? The Braves?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yep.
Yeesh. All the Mets fans are going to say, oh, we should have never got rid of Hefner. Look what he's doing in Atlanta.
Well,
he's the best.
Let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope that's not the case.
You know damn well that's going to be the case.
Let's hope.
You know it.
Let's hope not. Let's see here. Just trying to see if I find anything else, but in the meantime, I don't know, man. Again, there's not really much to talk about. There's not much happening. I'm trying to avoid talking about the same nonsense over and over.
I think we hit a lot of topics, though. I mean, we hit a lot of topics, but there are a lot of topics, but it's just nothing's going. It's so slow. I guess tomorrow and Wednesday is going to be crazy.
Right. Let's listen to Mendy talking about whether he's spoken to Pete,
Okay.
which he actually has. And what he said to say about that.
Obviously,
Got it.
giving him his
The interaction with Pete in the offseason and just kind of, how do you feel? How much do you want Pete back and how big a piece is he?
I texted a couple of times with him, but obviously giving him his space, kind of like the same process that we went through last year. As far as how much do I want him, of course I want him. You're talking about a guy that, as a manager, his ability to post, every day, when you don't have to worry about who's playing first base and who's going to be hitting in the middle of your lineup. Uh, you know, um, you can beat that. So again, he earned it. He's going through the process right now, and I think David's been very vocal how much we want him, but we'll see how it goes here.
Has he really been very vocal about you? Show him how much you want him, Mendy. You guys got to show him how much you want him. You're not
Right.
showing how much you want him with the moolah, with the years. Um, there was one more that I saw that I wanted to share. Let's see. If not, it might be time for us to get the hell out of here. Thrilled that we were able to add Devin Williams. Get the hell out of here.
I think Devin Williams is going to prove you wrong.
People prove me wrong about what? I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying whatever. Like, come on.
No,
bro.
no, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna end up being a really good piece for
I
us.
just realized I'm not on screen.
You haven't been on screen in a minute.
I know. I just
I didn't
realized.
say anything. It's,
Let's keep it like that. What the hell? I know people saw this quote and they were like, "Oh yeah, to think Dave Research is not going to do anything." Like, what does this really mean? It's just a bunch of double talk nonsense. But here it is. My bad.
don't worry about it.
Organization going forward.
Now you got to rewind it.
This week. I think in any transaction period, and certainly true at the winter meetings, you want to make your team better. And I think we're focused on doing that. We also know it's a really long off season. We'll see whether we're able to get anything done here. At this point, it's too early for me to know that one way or the other, but I am confident that we're making progress to ultimately make some transactions that we think really help our team and our organization going forward.
What do you hope to accomplish?
Like I think some people took this as like we're gonna make big moves. No, we're gonna make transactions. Like he's made transactions. He's made tons of transactions
Yes,
for a bunch of players that nobody knows who the hell they are.
non-impact players.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, but those are depth pieces, and the filling out the minor leagues and so on and so forth. I get it, but transactions you're gonna make. You're gonna try to make the team better or whatever. But are they gonna really be? And not that you need to make back page moves all the time or anything like that. But
wouldn't you like to see that though? I mean, we're the New York Mets. I mean,
yeah. But you want to see that, but you want it to lead to winning, right? Because you can make small moves, whatever, and if it leads to winning, who cares whether you got back page moves or not? But yeah, like I said before, man, that's what we thought we were going to be able to do with Cohen to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
spend like crazy.
Spend like crazy, steal some back pages, make some headline moves, and come on, let's be fair. We did it last year with Juan Soto, obviously.
We did.
Right? But there's an opportunity to make some more.
It just seems like this year feels different for whatever reason.
At the same time, okay, I mean, all these free agents are so imperfect, bro.
They are.
You want to tell me Bellinger's a good fit? Okay, I'll give you that.
For center field.
For everything, because he can play a couple of positions, right? He can play center,
left,
first base, DH, all of it. Other than that, Framber Valdez, I like a lot. I think he could come in and be a high 2. You know what I'm saying? Be right there with McLean or whatever. He could give you the innings that we need. Either somebody leave or somebody come in. I hate that 666 number. Straight up.
Huh?
Where the hell was I?
You were saying they're imperfect free
Yeah,
agents,
it's
right?
just so it's like this is a tough year, man, to actually try to make back page. The only back page you can make is going out there and making a blockbuster trade.
Of course. And I
Yes, sir.
think the blockbuster trade makes sense more than signing the big free agents because
But
we
the thing,
have the
you know what the
players
problem
to
with
do
that
it.
is, Eddie, though? I'm not so sure that the blockbuster trade is available.
I agree. Well, from what I read today, the conversation for starting pitching is high, is the most in demand position in that they're all talking about, and it's the highest it's been since the trade deadline. And the costs are crazy, and the combos are crazy.
That's the problem. The prices are insane to the point where teams, presidents, GMs, whatever, whoever the hell don't want to pay those prices. So yeah, there's talk and there's rumors and there's innuendo and there's this and there's interest but the prices are prohibitive for almost everybody. You know what I'm saying? You have a team like the Mets that may have the currency, but they don't want to pay the price.
Do you think that they just don't want to pay these guys, or they're doing Stearns' approach of I don't pay these dudes?
No, I'm talking when I say price, I'm not just talking about money, Eddie. We're talking about trades here.
Okay.
So I'm talking about wanting to pay the
The
price.
price to get a player,
Yeah,
and also the price to pay a player.
right. Well, the price to pay a player, we're gonna put that aside because we already know in years and stuff. Like we already know what his motto is. You know what I'm saying?
He don't pay big bucks to starting
He's
pitch.
not trying to pay big bucks, not big bucks. He's not trying to make long-term commitments to players at all of a certain age. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree.
Which we both kind of agree with.
But
what we're talking about, so we've moved away from the free agents because they're all imperfect, and there's really nobody out there that, as much as we say he has to get out of his comfort zone, and every now and then you got to break the mold. I don't really see there's anybody worth it. Not even a Framber Valdez. Michael King is not going to command that kind of deal. I don't think it may command maybe a higher AAV than he would like. I don't know. Whatever with that.
What would you give King?
So how do you go make this team better if you can't find that through free agency? If the price through free agency is not one that you want to pay, okay, let's make a trade. But then even that becomes prohibitive because everything you just said. The prices are higher. You know, they want fucking 4 top 10 for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. 4 top 10 for like a Ferretti Peralta, for example, or a Joe Ryan, who's not a number one, and
right.
And Peralta, you could argue
I don't understand what the fascination with Joe Ryan is.
I don't either.
Memphis
I think he's a
crazy when that name
2-3.
comes up, and I'm like, I'm looking at the numbers and like, what am I missing? Like, even the underlying numbers are not like, oh shit. Oh, he pitched to a 3.70 ERA, but his FIP is 2.9. No. Sometimes it's even higher, or his expected.
No, he's only been like dominant like 1 year out of the last 3, and I wouldn't even call that dominant last year.
I was gonna say dominant when?
Yeah, like good. Like I should review. He's been like very good only 1 year, and that was last year. And Minnesota, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna get to end up with the Zach Gallons and the, those type of guys, which didn't work out for us last year.
Now, Joe Ryan, he hit 29.
2 years left, so you got him for age 29, 30.
Right there. Shit, you got him for 3 years. No?
3 years? I thought he was 2.
Free agent 28. Is that after 28 or be whatever?
No, then you got him for 26, 27, 2 years.
All right.
Yeah.
But come on, bro. Like, 4.5 ERA, 3.55 ERA, 4.51 ERA, 3.60 ERA, 3.42 ERA, 3.81. No, well, that's projected for next year. 3.81 ERA. This is the guy we're to bring here to be an ace.
He's no ace.
Expected ERA, I guess in 24, his expected ERA was 2.86.
Yeah, I would have a hard time giving up a lot of prospects for a guy like that.
Last year, his expected ERA was 3.44. He pushed to a 3.81.
That's not even that good. I mean, that's Chris Bassett numbers.
FIP 3.43, 3.99, 4.13, 3.44.
Everybody shits on me for wanting Chris Bassett, but yo, Chris Bassett pitches 180 innings every year.
I was looking at the pictures today, and I'll take him for 1 year.
Hell yeah.
We know now he can pitch out the bullpen, and he's willing to do it, but will he be willing to come back? I don't know.
I don't know, man. You give him a 1 year deal, fucking $20 million with a bunch of incentives. I mean, why not? That's not a big risk. That's not a big risk at all. 1 year, 20-something million. It fits what you're trying to do, and he eats innings. I mean, the guy he averages, I think, 180 or 170. I mean, he fits what we're trying to do, and you plug him at the number 3 hole, 4 hole, whatever. He's not a stopper, but he gives you innings. And that was one of the biggest problems with this team last year. And if you want to build the super pen, he's kind of the guy to do it with. Shout out to the chat. I haven't got to the chat.
Shout out to the chat. I was going to say we've been ignoring the chat. I don't know what the hell Quaze is doing back there.
Quaze, I think, is knocked out.
He quit on us. He even
he's at it.
He even hit me up like, yo, I think you guys did an okay show tonight, but I'm about to get the fuck out of here.
The show was whack. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what he said. So get out of here, you bum.
Bunch of bums, the two of you.
Shout out to the homie Quazy. That's my guy right there.
Shout out to Quazy.
But Jazz says, Heck is in the mood tonight. You damn right I am.
He said that like an hour ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was an hour.
But you were definitely in a mood an hour ago for sure.
It caught my attention. I'm always in the mood, bro. This is boring. I'm tired of talking to the same crap.
I agree.
Yo, Heck, where you at? Yo, Heck, why you don't go in this place? Yo, Heck, to talk about what? To hear the same nonsense? To hear Ameezy tell me the same crap over and over about Pete's market? I'm tired of it. Shout out to the homie Ameezy, man.
You think we get a deal done tomorrow with Pete or what?
I will take Bass and get a deal done tomorrow with Pete. Are you out of your fucking mind, Eddie? We're not getting a deal done with Pete, period, bro. Pete's not coming back.
We'll see. We'll see. I feel like he's coming back.
Sure as I won't be tomorrow.
I feel like it's him or Schwarber. I think it's going to be one or the two.
I guess.
I would rather Schwarber, but that's just me. What up, Randy? It's the worst winter meetings ever. Like,
nah, we were saying that last year. We were saying that last year. They've been whacked for years. It's the idea of the winter meetings. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you get one. But that's it. Other than that,
remember in 2022 at the winter meetings when we signed Marte? We went out. We got who else? We've got Bassett. We got Scherzer.
That happened in the winter meetings too.
Yeah, we got Marte. We did that all in the winter meetings. We did that right off the rip. That was Epler. Epler moved differently. That's what I used to like about him. He was aggressive. He was aggressive with these dudes. This is like, bro, it's like watching fucking paint dry. But it's not just us. It's everybody else too.
You really think so, Jazz? You think the Japanese players delay it?
No. I think the big dogs are delaying everything.
I think, obviously, when Ohtani was involved and Yamamoto was big.
That was big.
I don't think it might, or it may, it might, I don't know how the hell you say
I don't know how to say it either.
I don't think he's delaying it.
I would think right now, the biggest domino to fall on the pitching side is going to be Framber. On the hitting side, it's got to be, to me, it's Schwarber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yamamoto, yes. And Ohtani, yes. I don't think people are waiting for Imai or even the other two hitters that nobody really mentions.
Kyle Tucker, I guess he's a big domino. I really didn't mention him. He's a huge domino. But he's going to go to like a weird team. I don't know. I feel like a weird team's going to get Kyle Tucker. I don't know why. Maybe Toronto? Maybe Baltimore?
The
Bless you.
consensus the last couple of days, or the thought the last couple of days is that Schwarber's going to be the first, like,
The first hitter to go.
Feinstein was saying that yesterday, and then I forgot who else I saw.
And the Mets have been involved in these talks, supposedly.
Yep. No, it is. But then I struggle with that because at the same time, it does keep baseball in the conversation, but it becomes a boring conversation. It becomes an annoying conversation. Is that really what you want? I guess.
Do you remember how dope? Well, I mean, with the NBA, like you get that little week period, but it does. The free agency still goes on. But what I like about the NBA is once it hits 5 o'clock on June 30th, it's a free for all, and the guys boom, boom, boom. It's
right, but I think that's also because there's less players, right? So you got to get on these
true.
guys quick. I'm just saying, I don't know.
But doesn't the NFL do it similarly too, where they have there's much
Are
more
there
players.
deadlines for the? I don't think there's deadlines. Everybody's like, oh, the MLB needs a deadline. Are there deadlines in the NBA and NFL?
Well, it's just an opening and everybody and see, but you have the cap too, so you have to use the cap space like right away, or you're fucked. Right, so it's a little different dynamic.
I think it's more about the cap and stuff like that. It's not even deadlines.
Yeah, and that goes for football as well.
Right. So you got to make sure you get guys, and you need to know quick because you need to know how you're gonna use your money and use your cap space. That's what it is, and we know Major League Baseball and the cap. Good luck with that.
Everybody says there's not going to be one, but I kind of think there's going to be one.
A salary cap?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's just my opinion. I know everybody goes against me with that because it's never happened, but I have a feeling. I think someday it's going to happen because if you're these other teams, don't you kind of got to say, come on. I mean, look at the NBA. Look at the teams that compete in the NBA. However, the ratings for last year's finals were in the gutters with OKC and the Pacers. So nobody wants to see a Pittsburgh, Minnesota Twins World Series. Whereas the baseball ratings have gone up with LA and who was it? LA and Toronto. That was a nice World Series.
Yeah, because you got two freaking countries too that are like their whole attention is on
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah. But then you got Japan because of Otani, and then all of
they get so fucked with that with the Japanese players. It's such bullshit.
Toronto, so yeah, there probably won't be a salary cap.
Everybody says it will never happen, but you never know. That's all I'll say.
Well, what I hope happens is that we get some action, whether it's the Mets or somebody. Somebody signs somebody so that we can get some domino effects. So that hopefully tomorrow, we can have something to talk about. Whether me and Eddie get together again or whether I do my thing and Eddie does whatever the hell it is. Well, actually, no, tomorrow I'm supposed to join my guy Anthony on his show. I Hit That podcast. So I don't know.
After you hit that, you come on. We'll go together.
Well, I think that's at 7 o'clock. So maybe we could do something after that.
Right.
We'll see.
And we'll get some action. We're just sitting here. We're like two idiots. Like, what the hell is going on?
Two idiots for an hour and a half when I said it, maybe 30, 45 minutes. This is unreal. Unfucking real. Talking about nothing. But anyways, we'll see what happens, man. Again, shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody that came in. I know there was a lot of options tonight. That's just how it is. Everybody wants to come on and do their thing. Rightfully so. So we appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us for a little while. Those that joined after all that stuff was done, we appreciate you too. Randy, I know you had something going on. Appreciate you coming through. Other than that, like I said, I should be on with these guys tomorrow. Eddie and I probably get on after that. Maybe I'll get together. If something breaks, we'll definitely be on later tonight or whenever the hell that happens. But we'll see, man. We shall see. Pete Alonso going to be a New York Met? Who the hell knows? Are we going to get an ace?
Who knows?
Who's the ace? Who's the ace?
I think it's either I think it's Peralta, bro. I think that's the ace.
The ace is Nola McLean, bro. That's who the ace
or Alcantara. I'll say that. Alcantara. Alcantara, as you say.
Alcantara.
Alcantara.
Does he still qualify as an ace?
Yeah, he's an ace. He's an ace. That boy. He's a bad dude, that Alcantara.
But yeah, I don't know, Eddie. I think we need an ace and an innings eater, bro.
Yes.
And
a bullpen guy that can eat innings too. Tyler Rogers.
Right. I don't think that ace exists unless you get him through trade. So it's either Peralta, Alcantara, and of course Scuba and Skeens, which forget about it.
We got a better chance of winning the lotto than that happened.
That Cabrera dude is not no damn ace. You know what I'm saying?
No, and Joe Ryan certainly isn't an ace.
I think even if you get those guys, you're still going to go out there and get an innings eater.
Chris Bassett, I keep talking about it. Nobody wants to listen to me.
I would do that for a year. I really would.
I do too. I think he was good here that year.
I would do that for a year. But then, you know, some people might say, like, if you're going to do that, like, you already have enough guys, but not an innings eater.
This Bassett eats. He feasts on the innings. Every year he does it. But it's going to take, remember, he's going to leave a contender for.
Jazz said if Schwarber doesn't sign or if Scuba, well, Scuba's probably not going to get traded.
Scuba's staying there. I can't see it.
And who knows about Peralta? So I guess nothing's ever going to happen then, if that's the case. I think Schwarber needs to be the move that needs to happen, and then we'll get things going.
Yeah, I agree.
But enough rambling on and on and on. We'll see what happens. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully with something fun to talk about.
Something fun.
Other than that, you know what it is. It's always let's go Mets. Whether we agree, disagree, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. A parade down the Canyon of Heroes.
Yes.
And hopefully, David Stearns leads us to that path. Love you back, Jazz. Appreciate you, man. Good night, everybody. Let's go Mets, baby. Peace. Eddie, peace. My guy. My bad.
Of course. You know.
Quays, you already know, my guy. I'm fucking tired, guys. I need to go to bed. I've been up since like 3 a.m, bro.
Oh,
let me go to sleep later.
Full of animals and we made ourselves with minimal. Fuck you, no subliminals. Putting in this work, nigga. That's why they feelings hurt, nigga. Swear we need a hearse cause we rep our shites to the dirt, nigga. If I'm in the club,